Hello, in this video we will be adding the spinning dial to our ball scene. Let's do this. Open up the ball scene and we're going to add a sprite node. Rename it to dial and let's put it right below our skin shape node in the hierarchy. Navigate to the assets folder, select the dial.png, then drag it into the texture field in the inspector. Next, we're going to add a raycast 2D to our dial node. In the inspector, make sure that it is enabled. Set the Y target position to 320. Let's add a script to our dial. We are going to save it in Scripts, Actors. Open up the script. Let's add two variables. Rotating equals false, rotation speed equals 200. We are going to start by adding the process function. So we'll type func process pass delta. In the body, we'll type if rotating, rotate degree to rad, and pass in rotation speed times delta. If the rotating variable is set to true, we will rotate the dial using the built-in functions rotate and degree to rad. This will rotate the entire dial node at the speed of our rotation speed. We will control the value of the rotating variable with two functions, one to start the rotation and one to stop it, but we will call these functions from our ball script. Let's type func start rotation, set rotating to true. Next, type func stop rotation and set rotating to false. Cool. So now we need to add a timer to our ball scene. Let's rename it shoot timer and then turn one shot on. We are now going to connect a signal from the shoot timer to our ball script. To the right of the inspector tab, let's select the node tab. And under timer, double click on the timeout option. Select our ball script, then click connect. Because we didn't set auto start for this timer, we will have to start it manually. And when the shoot timer times out, our on shoot timer timeout function will be executed. We are going to get access to our child nodes. Let's type @onReadyVar dial equals dial @onReadyVar raycast equals dial/raycast @onReadyVar shoot timer equals shoot timer. Let's go ahead and create some function to start the shooting or launching process. This is where we will get access to our dial script functions. We can access any of the dial's variables and functions by using our onReadyDial variable. In the ball script, type func start shooting. In the body, type dial.startRotation. We're calling this from our dial script. And then dial.visible equals true. Raycast enabled equals true. Next, type func stop shooting. Dial.stop rotation, also being called from the dial script, and then dial.visible equals false. And then velocity equals calculate initial velocity, which is a function that does not exist yet, so comment it out for now. And finally, shoot timer.start. Next, we will write the function that will move the ball in the direction of the dial. We will be using our raycast 2D to check for a collision with a brick, and if there is a collision, we will be pulled in the direction of that collision. Here's a quick demonstration of how it works. We have our ball and a brick, and a raycast that is looking for a collision. Once it finds one, we will be pulled in the direction of that collision. Okay, let's type it out. Func calculate initial velocity. In the body, if raycast is colliding, var aim direction equals raycast.getCollisionPoint minus global position dot normalized. Return aim direction times speed, and then return vector2.0. So if our raycast is colliding, we will move, and if not, we will return vector2.0. You can go ahead and uncomment line 50 now. Finally, we need a function that will take user input to trigger the start shooting and stop shooting functions. But before we do that, we need to create an action in our input map. Navigate to Project, Project Settings, Input Map. In the field at the top labeled Add New Action, type Touch. Then click on the plus sign on the right hand side. From the options, select Mouse button, then Left mouse button. Alright, now we can create the shoot function, which will take the user input if we are able to shoot, and we can only shoot if we've stopped moving. Let's type func shoot. If can shoot, if input dot is action pressed, touch, start shooting, elif input is action just released, touch, stop shooting. Now let's fill in our on shoot timer timeout body with raycast enabled equals false. Finally, we call the shoot function in physics process right before move and slide. Let's test this bad boy out. Real quick, we're going to change the main scene of the game since we no longer need the test scene. Right click on the level 1 scene and select the Set as Main Scene option. Now when we run the project, it will automatically go to level 1. One last thing, let's set the exclamation visibility to false. Nice. Well, now we have the spinning dial and the movement system down. In the following video, we will add our mobile control system so we can play the game on a phone. Till next time.